Hi, ma'am. So sorry for the delay. It
No,
was
no, you
peak
just were
traffic today.
and traffic.
Yes, definitely. I'm so tired of traveling only right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. And
Yes.
uh, Priyanka is also there.
Hi, Priyanka, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I remember Surbi ma'am calling Priyanka ma'am on I think 30th, crying that I'm very nervous about GK. I'm going to fail this exam. I don't want to give this exam. And the way she cheered me up.
Yes, so we are here to spread the cheers again, and
Yes.
we are very, very proud of you.
Thank
Elite ranking will be icing on the cake, but I think you are happy you are going to Bangalore and excited about Bangalore.
you. Definitely, I am.
Very nice. So, Tanvi, congratulations will continue. And you have, girls have always performed well at CLAT Possible, much better at CLAT Possible. And you've continued the tradition because your sister Kashish was also our student. She was an offline student at CLAT Possible Delhi and she got a rank 12. And you have just got a single digit rank for CLAT Possible and for your family. So, Priyanka, the
Yes.
first. So the first thing that I asked Tanvi, I actually asked Kashish. Tanvi was busy with her AILET, this thing, was I
Yeah.
hope there is one more sibling.
Yes.
So Kashish told me that no, ma'am, हमारे parents हम दो हमारे दो ही हैं. So our sibling tradition has been so good at Lad Possible. In fact, so much so that we had twins, Radhika and Devika. Then we had Harsh and Utkarsh Vastav. And every time the younger sibling has done much better than the older sibling. Maybe because, they get the guidance also of the older sibling. They
Yes.
learn from those errors. And in Tanvi's case, Kashish was the real overprotective sister. ये कैसे है ये कैसे है and mapping everything for her travel to Lucknow for the club batch. So I remember all that. So can we just share your journey in brief?
So, I think I had law in my mind from the very day when I saw my parents celebrating that my sister has got some 12th rank in some examination. I was not very aware of CLAT back then. But as things went on and slowly and gradually talking, actually, law became a dinner table conversation at my home for the longest time. So, my interest gradually was developed in law. And I think from 10th, I had a clear set idea in my mind that I have to go for law and attempt CLAT, but the real preparation started from 12th. I had been also a student of mock test series at CLAT Possible in 11th, but I had not taken the classroom batch till yet. I wanted to really experience the CLAT mock tests and all so that I have an idea कि अब मुझे CLAT देना है. So in 12th, I joined CLAT Possible as a student. And my classes, and actually that's also very interesting because my first class was GK class by Priyanka ma'am, and that was on 12th February, which was my birthday. So I was attending her class on my birthday in evening. I really remember ki, oh, okay, so I might take this as a birthday gift as well. So since then, I think I had the support of my parents, my amazing teachers who had been there for every sort of guidance and every sort of help which I needed. And I'm really thankful to CLAT Possible being that, helping stone for me to get till here. I always wanted to be in top 3 NLUs, but a single digit rank was something I had never even, prayed to God for. Yeah, I need a single digit rank. So when I saw the result today after my CLAT examination, it was very overwhelming for me that, oh, it has happened finally. So yeah.
Yes, and I remember because only last evening the results came out, and we were just going over who has got what rank. And I think you did not check your the answer key because you wanted to focus on AILET as well, which is a very good
Yes.
step. So your score was like a mystery for us, and the moment we got to know your score, there Satyam was like, "Wow!" And he showed me a WhatsApp of the deductive logic answer which Tanvi had. Asked for before your A-late. I think it was day before yesterday.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
some answer which was confusing or wrong or something. And
Yeah.
another student of ours, Anushka, had sent me that question, and Tanvi, you had sent it to Satyam. Because
Yeah.
he's taken that deductive logic class. So he was like, oh my God, I just answered this question and now the CLAT result is also out. And, so uh, staying connected with this whole process through doubts, WhatsApps, Telegram, and God knows what. So,
Yes.
this helpful for you? Was it overwhelming? Was it too much? What part of this journey you felt was exhausting or not good? Or any kind of tips where you want to give it to your juniors that do only this much or don't do that much.
Yeah. So, as I told before, that my classes started from February, and that was the time of my final examinations of 11th. So, I told my parents that my classes have started and everything. So, I was like, I'll not attend these classes right now. I'll do my 11th K boards because I've studied so hard for them. I want to be the class topper. So, I'll attend all these classes later, recorded versions. And that was the day when my parents sat me down and they were like, you have to decide. You cannot get everything and you have to manage things out. So they told me that 11th result was obviously not crucial for me in any sense. And CLAT was something I really had to focus from that day on. So it took me a while to realize that yes, I mean, maybe I can sideline some of it. And I think things get exhausting when you have your midterms and this pre-boards thing and everything. And I would really like to mention that my school teachers were amazing, and the way they were fine. In my school there are two pre-boards, so one had happened in November and one had now since 12th only, 12th December. So my teachers were so supportive of me that they had told me that I can skip pre-board one entirely and focus on my CLAT. And I had one of my friend at CLAT Possible only, and she's from Lucknow, and she used to tell me that her school teachers are so exhausting that they are forcing her to come to school. And on 29th November, she was at school giving her viva. So my school teachers were really understanding of the fact that I really want to crack this examination, and they had supported me in every way. I remember my economics teacher sending me her notes one night before the examination, term one examination, कि इसको पढ़ के please कुछ लिख देना कल पेपर में. I know तुम नहीं पढ़ी हो इसके लिए. So she was an amazing teacher, and my teachers were really nice at school, and that's a CLAT possible also. So just because I had the support of so many people around me, uh, it did not get very exhausting for me at any particular moment. But of course, mock scores in 70s can scare you off, throw you off track, make you cry for hours, and that's very normal. So the tip is that never keep a section for the last 2 months, as many people do. I think with GK, because they feel कि पहले पढ़ के भी we'll forget it, so we'll do it in the last months only. That is not something which is very advisable, because in the last months I really understand that GK pressure ki I do not know anything in GK. So your GK and your weakest section can never be left for the last 2 months. Focus on them, and also do not forget about your strengths. And I think that's it, and that will make you, confident about your preparation. Because um, I know some people who are amazing at other sections, but QT was something which they really struggled with. And whatever section it is for you, I would really suggest that you keep it your focus from the very beginning and keep preparing for it till the very end.
So I'll ask two parts as follow-up questions. One was, of course, I remember Kashish's, speech on Judgment Day, and in fact, she used to come very often and speak at CP Center and talk to the
Yeah.
juniors. And so Kashish actually was, is like a living example for us at that time, because she told the kids that, do you know what was my first mock score? I still remember that conversation she had with the juniors at CLAT Possible at CP Delhi.
Yeah.
It was much before you must be very young. In fact, there is a picture of you with her on the stage when she was given
Yeah.
student, and she's this
Yeah.
tiny cute little thing, Tanvi. And so she had accompanied Kashish to Lucknow. So she always starts by saying, do you know what was my first mock score? And I think it was somewhere 38 or 39, and this was not 120 mark CLAT. This was 200
Yeah.
marks CLAT.
Yeah.
So that used to be so motivating for the children, because they felt that every student, goes through this cycle where they start at some place, and and slowly overcome all the challenges, and gets there like a big rank. So yes, that
Yeah.
I think uh, is poor mock scores, whatever you regard as a poor mock score, that whole journey. So you said know your strengths. So what were your strengths, Tanvi? And then
For
we'll
me,
go
I
to
think it was uh,
weakness.
my strength was, I think, QT and critical reasoning. Those were my favorite sections in the mocks because I used to score well on them. And my weakness was honestly GK because I had never liked that subject. I'm so sorry, Priyanka ma'am. But
No
You
offense.
have done so well, you
Everyone
know, you
says
have
the same.
overcome it. Now it's not your weakness.
Uh,
true. So I think GK had haunted me for the longest time in my preparation. And sometimes low scores in legal also used to, scare me off. So legal and GK, I mean, legal was not overall my weakness, but sometimes when passages get tricky and all. So I think that was a challenging part in legal. But GK was always my weakness. I would accept that.
but don't you, now that you have got this rank and now at least I can talk to you about this, don't you think sticking to just one compendium is enough for
It
GK?
is definitely it is because in the last week I was feeling ki I'll just read everything once and I felt so confident after it because if you pile up the compendiums or whatever sources you're using, you'll feel so exhausted at the end that I want to revise all of it, but you don't have time for it.
You
It
don't
will
have
do nothing but making you underconfident about your preparation. So just stick to
to.
one GK source and do it nicely.
Absolutely. Because also you hardly get like a 10 to 12%, which is extra or maybe new. You end up
Mhm.
reading the same thing again and again, and you end up scaring yourself even further.
Yes, and GK is that one section, no matter what you do, there's still going to be questions that you don't know
So,
because
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's
what
so vast.
so what would you say is the best thing about being a CP student?
The best part is that the way we did our revisions for GK, there were some facts which we knew Priyanka ma'am is going to ask, and one of them being Celeste Howler for me. I used to like type in the chat box before even ma'am used to ask that question.
That's true.
So, I mean, in respect to GK, if you ask me the best part of being a CP student, that we covered everything by the end of it. So sticking to GK material given by CP was the best thing which I did in my GK prep.
And overall.
Overall, the fact that the teachers were
Yes, and
always
as
very
part of overall CP. She's not just handling GK.
yeah
So overall CP, in fact, she helps with legal also. We'll give her everything else as well. So I think
yeah. So the teachers used to be really connected with taking on doubts. I remember asking my doubts in mock 29. I think from Surbi ma'am ki I've did this horribly in my English section. Can you please just analyze this once? I remember Neha ma'am who used to be our legal teacher that please take one-on-one session for me and just resolve where am I going wrong. Going to the CP center asking Sana ma'am where am I going wrong. AR teacher Prakhar sir where am I going wrong. So the teachers used to analyze your strength and weaknesses like anything else. And that was a point where you really get help key now this is something where I have to work on. So the personal attention given by the teachers to the students was amazing here. So that was the best part about CP. And the material, of course, I won't name many institutions, but they really do not know the subject of CR well. I really believe that. I've done a few mocks here and there, but I feel they do not know what is CR. Their answers are so horrible, their explanations are so horrible. And the best part about GK material, sorry, CP material is that you have a logic behind every answer. It's not as if, okay, it's wordy, we'll take it as the answer. There's some logic in every answer at CP. So the material is excellent and the teachers are also excellent here.
thank you so much, Tanvi. In fact, I remember before you came for the club batch here, you had done some mocks, and I think you felt that CR was your strong section, but there were some answers that you were not able to come
Yeah.
around. And the first thing I told you was, please don't do those mocks because they will mess your head with, wrong
Yes.
logic. So
Yeah, one of my batchmates, one of my friends was doing CR from one of the coaching centers, I mean the mocks only. And she was telling me that she had done some 5, 6 mocks there. And now her CR is so messed up that she cannot even get those simple questions right. So I would not
yeah.
suggest you take any mock series without asking your mentors if that those questions are fine. And you don't have to take any if you're a CP student because the material here is very enough. The proctored mocks, the practice mocks, the sectional tests. So yeah.
So what are your long-term plans, Tanvi, after law school?
I think I really want to discover the fields at law. It was, I think, a GK marathon or something where Priyanka ma'am was telling us that there's so many, fields propping up out of law because technology is on boom. So many sectors and so many things to do in law. So I don't have anything particular in my mind, like corporate or judiciary right now. I want to explore those 5 years and the opportunities ahead.
Absolutely. And you should do all the internships in each and every field just to understand what doesn't work for you. And you'll get
Yes.
such great opportunities. I mean, the best part about going to the best college in the country is the insane amount of opportunities that you're going to get. So
Yes. Definitely.
you're blessed.
And you can pitch in for the CP internship also
Yes.
in the first year, because now you can make far better mocks in CR than any of the competitors around. So we will have you, work on that with us
With good explanations. So I
with
remember
good
her
explanations
calling.
and good logic.
I remember her
So
calling me. I think it was right before the exam. I think 1 or 2 days prior to the exam. So I was walking through the market and madam has called me up and she's like, I can't do this. I said, listen, you have to do it and you go and do it with a vengeance. You have to just
yes,
smash this exam and
Yes.
you did.
yeah,
Amazing, yeah.
I know.
Amazing.
In fact, she was not ready to check her answers. I said, chuck it. There's no need.
Hmm.
Now
Yes.
you.
I was very afraid of the provisional answer key also. Yeah, I'll not check
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
keep it
because I
aside.
told her there is no need. In fact, even if you challenge something, it'll go wherever it has to go in the
Yeah.
universe. So
Hmm.
that's what happened. But still, all's well that ends well. And
Yes.
we are happy that we have our shining star. Thank you
Now,
so much,
Tanvi,
Tanvi, for
what are
your
your
time.
plans?
You must celebrate with your family
Yes.
at CLAT Possible. All of us are proud of you. And you will be our poster girl for
Mhm.
at least 3 years.
I'm very glad and
Yes, so
very
get
looking forward to
ready
it.
to be recognized on the streets uh,
I would
because
love
you
to.
are our poster girl. Yes. Anything
Mhm.
else, Priyanka?
So I was just asking her, how are you planning to celebrate?
That's very important.
Mhm.
I think I was planning to watch a movie today, but I've realized the fact that I have my accounts pre-board on 12th and I don't even know where my books are. So I think I have to,
No, you
uh,
have to celebrate at least tonight. You can't do this to
We,
yourself.
in fact, I was telling Kashish we'll call her for a day with all these children before they get hounded by their boards, because
Yes,
we have to celebrate once.
yes.
So, Tanvi, you have to give me a date, whatever date
yes, yes.
post Christmas, but give it now in December. Maybe,
Okay, okay.
2-3 days after AILIT, just steal one more day from your pre-board, and
Yeah, yeah.
then we
Yeah.
can, right? So message me that date. So we'll call those Chandigarh children as well, and we'll just do a small little get together. And once the allotment lists are out, of course, we'll plan something massive that time, right?
Yes.
So we'll
I'm
all
really
get,
planning to come to Lucknow again now.
yes, and this time without the stress of club batch
Yes.
or mocks.
Yes. Yes. And returning without those sheets and mocks.
So let's do that. Just give me one
Yes.
date, and I'll convey it to everyone, and we'll ask everyone to steal one quick evening or something, and we'll do some little celebration so that then everyone can go and give their boards and everything to properly.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
All the best, Tanvi. Please celebrate today and do
Yeah,
watch that film. You are going to
Yes.
rock your boards, I'm sure about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
many,
you.
many congratulations.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Lots of love from all of us. See you soon in Lucknow.
Yes, definitely. Bye bye.